On July 20th, 1969, mankind set foot on the moon.
But this story isn't just about science. It's about people, about fear, patience, waiting, wonder.
About the quiet seconds before the unknown.
The Cold War wasn't just on Earth. It reached for the stars.
After the Soviet Union launched Sputnik in 1957, America vowed to go further.
President Kennedy promised the moon, but no one truly knew if it could be done. Rockets exploded. Missions failed. And yet, step by step, NASA built towards the impossible.
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins.
3 names, 1 goal.
Armstrong, calm and precise. Aldrin, brilliant but bold. Collins, the unsung hero. Behind them stood 400,000 engineers, mathematicians, and technicians. They had one shot. No second chances.
NASA pushed the crew to their limits. Simulations.
Pressure chambers. Zero-G flights. The command module was smaller than a car interior. But failure? Unacceptable.
In silence, they trained and waited.
At 9:32 a.m. EDT, the Saturn V rocket ignited.
£7.6 million of thrust roared into the Florida sky.
Thousands watched, breath held.
Three astronauts, now passengers on a firestorm to space. Earth fell away, and silence filled the capsule. As Apollo 11 approached lunar orbit, heartbeats rose. The twist? They had never actually tested a full landing on the moon. The lunar module, Eagle, had limited fuel.
And as they began descent, warning lights blared. "1202 error. A computer overload." Time was running out. They had 30 seconds of fuel left. One wrong input, and they'd crash on the moon. "4:17 p.m. ET. The Eagle touched down. Armstrong radioed home. "Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed." The world erupted in joy. But the astronauts, they rested. They had trained for this moment their entire lives. Now they needed calm hands for history. At 10:56 p.m., Neil Armstrong descended the ladder. With the world watching, he stepped into the lunar dust. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. They planted the flag. Collected samples, took photographs. And when they returned to the module, history had changed forever.
Re-entry was the final trial. If the heat shield failed, they'd burn up. The world waited 7 minutes of radio silence. Then, contact. Parachutes deployed. Splashdown successful. Heroes had returned. Apollo 11 was more than a moonwalk. It was the result of sacrifice, risk, and unimaginable patience. It showed us what humanity could achieve, not for power, but for wonder. The moon landing wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. The stars still wait.